We are counting down the 6 weapons that actually matter when the world collapses. These are tools chosen for one reason. They keep you alive when panic, fatigue, and scarcity rewrite all the old rules. Forget cinematic fantasies and flashy swords. Most people never survive past their first mistake. This list is about sustainability, silence, and escape. Gear that will not fail when you do. These are not the weapons that look good in movies. They are the ones that still work when everything else fails. Let's start with number 6. A hunting-grade slingshot earns its place for reasons that have nothing to do with bravado. It is silent, it weighs almost nothing, and it never runs out of ammunition. Steel ball bearings work best, but river stones and broken ceramic can be collected and reused endlessly. In a world where every gunshot draws attention, a slingshot lets you take small game, rabbits, birds, and squirrels, without advertising your position. The calories from a single rabbit can outweigh the grams you carry in the slingshot and its ammo many times over. Foraging with one is slow, but it is steady, and in the long run, steady wins. Distraction is another advantage. A well-aimed stone can lure threats away from your path, buying you time without a fight. The limits are clear. A slingshot will not stop a person or a zombie. It is not for defense. It is for survival, in the quiet margins where most people never look. A spear, even one made from a broken broom handle or a sturdy tree branch, offers something no firearm or blade can, a buffer zone you control. 6 to 10 feet of reach means a threat cannot simply close in without warning. Construction is simple. Sharpen the tip with a knife or grind it on concrete. Lash a blade or metal point if you have one, and you are finished in half an hour or less. No moving parts, no ammunition, no maintenance beyond occasional checks for cracks. The spear excels outdoors, or when guarding a static position. Think camp perimeter, trail watch, or barricaded entry. Its length lets you redirect, not wrestle, keeping danger at a manageable distance. There is no complicated technique to learn. Point, thrust, repeat. If it breaks, make another from what is at hand. Indoors, the spear is awkward, but outside, it is a survival multiplier. Distance is survival space. A 9mm handgun has a place on this list, but not for the reasons most imagine. It is not for clearing rooms or mowing down threats. In a real collapse, ammunition is a finite resource. Every round fired is one that cannot be replaced easily, even though 9mm is the most common civilian caliber worldwide. The appeal is simple. A pistol is compact, quick to bring into action, and maneuverable in tight spaces where long guns become a liability. Magazine-fed, it allows for rapid follow-up shots, if you have the rounds to spare. But every shot is loud. The sound carries through empty streets and abandoned buildings, drawing attention from anyone nearby. That risk alone means a pistol is a tool for last resorts, not daily use. Its true value comes when escape hangs by a thread. Against human threats, the balance of power can shift in a moment. The presence of a handgun can deter violence, or if needed, buy the precious seconds needed to break contact and disappear. It is not about bravado or firepower. The pistol buys seconds. Sometimes seconds are the difference between living and dying. In the end, the real threat is not the undead. It is the living, desperate for the same resources you need to survive. A fixed blade knife 4 to 6 inches in length is not a main weapon. It is a backup, one that is always on your belt or tucked into a boot, ready when every other plan has fallen apart. The difference between a fixed blade and a folding knife is reliability. A fixed tang means no hinges to break, and no chance of the blade snapping shut on your fingers when you are under stress. In a world where every second counts, fumbling with a folder is a luxury you cannot afford. A knife like this is built for daily utility, cutting rope, prepping food, scraping tinder. But in a fight, it is a tool of desperation. Grappling range only. If you're fighting with a knife, your plan already failed. At that distance, control is gone. You are wrestling for survival, not winning. The edge does not need to be razor sharp, just solid and dependable. Minimal upkeep, always accessible. Carrying a knife is common sense, relying on it for defense is not. Distance is safety, and when the knife comes out, all distance has been lost. That is the reality most people do not want to face. A machete is not a weapon of finesse. It is a tool born from fields and forests, designed to hack through dense vegetation, split wood, and survive hard use day after day. The edge geometry favors resilience over precision, thicker and less likely to chip or snap on bone, and forgiving when swung with tired hands. Unlike a sword, a machete shrugs off mistakes. Miss the angle, and the blade keeps biting. Miss the target, and it will not shatter. In collapse scenarios, the machete's value comes from its ability to take abuse. Clearing trails, breaking through undergrowth, or cutting makeshift barricades, it excels where specialized blades fail. The same qualities that make it a reliable tool also make it a brutal close combat cutter. Against bone, the weight and geometry let it disable or kill with a single committed strike. But every swing is loud, a sharp echoing report that travels far in empty streets. There is no stealth once a machete comes out. You don't use a machete unless escape has already failed. It is the weapon of last resort when distance is gone and prevention is no longer possible. Maintenance is simple. A file or stone brings back the edge, and it does not need to be perfect. What matters is that it works. Battered and scarred, long after more fragile weapons have given up. High cutting power and versatility earn the machete its place, but the penalty for noise keeps it from the top spot. A crowbar is not glamorous. It is not designed to impress. But in any real collapse, the crowbar is the one tool that keeps showing up, long after others have failed. There is no ammunition to run out, no edge to chip on bone, no moving parts to jam. High carbon steel shrugs off abuse that would destroy more delicate weapons. The shaft, whether 24 or 36 inches, delivers leverage, turning body weight into force for opening doors, breaking locks, and shifting barricades. In an abandoned city, a crowbar slips quietly into the crack of a locked door, finds the hinge, and, with a controlled push, defeats what would otherwise be an impassable barrier. Even when silence is critical, the low rumble of a pry is far less risky than the echo of a gunshot or the ring of a blade. The weight matters. A 3-pound bar is light enough to carry for hours, and heavy enough to move obstacles or redirect threats. Longer models amplify force but can be awkward indoors, so most survivors settle for a length that fits both backpack and hallway. Every swing, every pry is a calculation. How much noise, how much energy, how much time. Gloves prevent blisters, and a steady grip keeps fatigue at bay. Failure is rare. A quality crowbar resists bending even under desperate loads. If the tip dulls, grind it against concrete. If it bends, straighten it with leverage. No maintenance kit required. In the hands of someone who understands its purpose, the crowbar is more than a weapon. It is a key, a lever, a shield. It does not win fights by force. It prevents them by making escape possible, by turning obstacles into options. The crowbar does not win fights. It prevents fights from happening. Survival is not about killing zombies. It is about staying alive. And the crowbar is the tool that quietly makes that possible. Across all 6 choices, one truth stands out. Survival depends on tools that last, not weapons that impress. Durability, silence, and adaptability outweigh firepower every time. In reality, the apocalypse rewards those who think ahead, not those who chase myths. Choose function over fantasy. Your life depends on it.